who here thinks base Vegeta? Do you think base Vegeta or Kid Buu is the best? I should probably make a poll actually. Can I make a poll from here? Or can a mod make a poll? I'm still new to the poll tech. Kid Buu? Easily Kid Buu. Some people say easily Kid Buu. Some people say Z-Broly. Wow. You think Z-Broly is the best character? Kid Buu, literally light years. Kid Buu, I think Kid Buu. Buu best character and also as Kid Buu. You guys are a little educated maybe. I'm really the only Vegeta rep. I wonder if people's minds have changed over time or what. There are people who are like base Vegeta's best character for sure. Kid Buu by far, then Z-Broly. Then base Vegeta. Okay, so most of y'all think Kid Buu is the best character. There's some people who think base Vegeta is the best character. Do you think base Vegeta is top 3? No. Whatever SF is playing, so you're about that Nappa life? When Sonic's playing Nappa or when they're playing Beerus in Season 1? Just whatever Sonic plays? Come on, bruh. Base Vegeta is 100% top 2. I thought the community decided base Vegeta is broke. I think base Vegeta is at least top 3. Yes, he's top 3. But some of you guys, but most of y'all think that Kid Buu is the best character. So here you see, right? To get the most out of base Vegeta, you need to work hard to get to that level. But with Kid Buu, it's pretty easy. Most people can't be asked to learn him properly. It's easier to slap Kid Buu on a team and get easy advantages. What do you think about that? Do you think base Vegeta is hard to play or not? I actually want to hear your opinions. Do you think base Vegeta is hard to play or no? Because I think most people say Kid Buu is easy to play. No, you don't think base Vegeta is hard to play. You don't think base Vegeta is hard to play. Harder than Kid Buu, yes. No, not just combos, but you have to learn. I think it's hard to get damage, but not hard to play. No. Base Vegeta loops are autopilot. He requires more skill than Kid Buu and Broly. I think it's very hard to use his neutral. A lot of combos are not easy. I think the optimal stuff with base Vegeta are difficult. Yeah, you can kind of see where people are at. Okay. So my opinion is I don't think he's hard to play necessarily, but there are challenges when playing him. There are challenges when playing him. Let me actually bring up base Vegeta too while we're at it. There are challenges. I'm mixing myself up with this mouse cursor. Let's get base Vegeta. The boy, the Prince of All Saiyans himself. We'll get him on both teams instead of Go Tanks. There are certainly challenges with playing him. I don't think he's hard to play. I've been playing him since January, and I played him as a main since like March, I guess, right? And I used him at a tournament too, by the way. Like I used him before season 3. I used him at a major. I used him at Winter Brawl a bunch. Right? So he has a couple of challenges. Everything has a response though. So one is that he has small normal. This is true that he has kind of small normals. This is common in the game in general, but a lot of people do play characters that have good normals. So even though he has small normals, the player is playing him, to make up for the normals, you have to do two things. You either have to be really good at aiming your moves, so like your Ki Blast, your normals, stuff like that, or you have to be good at aiming his special moves, because his special moves go in places where his normals do not, right? So this goes in spots where he cannot go, right? This goes in spots where he cannot go. He goes from here to here, or here to here, right? All these things are like, he has to aim pretty carefully. You can't like fuck it up, right? So there's not a lot of room for error playing him, even though he's not hard to play necessarily, right? Especially at a basic level, it's not hard to play. Combos, I'm gonna be the guy to say it, there's not really any hard practical combos in this game, basically. You can learn everything. Compared to some stuff I've had to do, no. the only main challenge you will face combo-wise for this game. Yo, thank you so much, Greasy White Kid, for the 9 months, by the way, bro. The only combo challenges that Greasy White Kid is going to face in this game is that when you start learning the game, most of the characters all have the same combos, and you don't have to learn their combos necessarily right away. Think about a character like SJ Vegeta, right? Even base Vegeta, honestly, you can just learn his basic combo. People will get mad at you when they watch you play and say your combos fucking suck, but when you're learning the character, it's a great place to start because almost everybody has the same basic combo. Base Vegeta is one of those characters that has a lot of variety in how you can choose to do his combos, so it can be kind of rough to pick a group of what you want to do. Team Gohan also has this, for example, like no Team Gohan player does the same combos, no Base Vegeta player does the exact same combos, etc. Right? So from this, right? Because to be honest, Kid Buu is pretty easy to play. Like especially if you play this game for a while, you can pick him up pretty fast. Like all the work has been done for you because he's really popular. Like everyone uses him. He's really popular, right? So then, does ease of use fit into character strength? Boom. Does it? How do you feel, stream chat? If I do upload this on YouTube, then you guys have to hold that, and you can't actually participate besides the YouTube comments, but it'd be like that. Loops and frame delay are cursed. For the most part, a lot of this stuff is auto time. Like you just press it out. You know what I'm saying? There's not that much. Like the routes I use for him, right? Basically everything's auto timed. Almost everything's auto timed. It's quite easy to do once you get a hang of it. And some of the routes you literally just mash out. Like I couldn't do them for a while because I kept trying to do like the delay method I learned from my first Base Vegeta loop. But later I was like, oh, you just fucking mash it out until the end. And there's one part you delay a little bit and then that's it. It's really not that hard. And if I'm saying it's not that hard, it means it could be done because I don't go for hard shit. You all know here, I don't go for hard shit. It's character strength, character potential. It depends on what you're looking at, right? So my personal opinion is, besides my phone dying, my personal opinion is that ease of use is not the same as how. When you say character strength, I think like how good the character is, like how good the character is when you can do everything like at their maximum potential, right? When you talk about character potential, you should assume that everything can be done. So I think what usually happens is that, like in my case, I will tell you that I'm talking about the things separately. So like if we're talking about a tier list and I think character is hard, but like they have really fucking good stuff, I'm like, yeah, there's not a lot of examples of this character being played successfully, but when you look at their tools and parse it out, right, then you can see that the character is strong. You can see the character is strong. It's just hard, right? In probably older FGC, you would see more people willing to play characters like this. In more modern games, it's either partly the games are just easier to play, partly because of like esports, because of like competition, like international competition, people are less willing to do that kind of thing. So you want to know a really good example of this? Take season 1, 21, right? Season 1, 21, everyone said she sucked, but she's not easy. Even though she had like a lot of broken shit, she's not easy. She made top 8 at Evo, but most of the people playing in season 1, what were they playing? They were playing SSJ Vegeta, they played Cell, they played Kid Buu, they played SSJ Goku, they played Adult Gohan, they played Android 16. All characters who are pretty easy to play. And pretty straightforward, and it makes sense because of stability. They played Bardock, right? I probably mentioned Bardock twice because he was so good in season 1. Season 1 characters who were hard but fucking broken, right? 21, Go Tanks, right? Go Tanks. We keep talking about Go Tanks in season 1, right? Nobody wanted to play Go Tanks in season 1, even when people like you might remember in season 1. There were a bunch of anime players who were saying, this character is fucking broken, but someone has to just figure out the shit, right? A lot of people said that. The character that ran, Gotenks was so good that he got nerfed and he fucked everybody up. Go tanks. Yes, go tanks, go tanks. Ease of use is definitely a factor. Ease of use is definitely a factor. Cause we talk about this is like Guilty Gear ideas, right? Like for example, so I played Milia. Here's another example. I played Milia. Actually, someone came at me in the comments, by the way. And I'm mentioning the reason why Guilty Gear is on top of my head is because of some people talk about Fox. I can go back to that. Is this shit right here? This shit. Why can't Milia players knock down people without the pin still? It's not easy. I mean, that's not fair. It actually is easy to do. It is easy to do, but we have steps this, right? One, Milia is not an easy character to learn how to play. I'm not stroking my own horn. She's not easy to play. If she was easy to play, more people will play her, right? When people pick up Guilty Gear, they pick up Elfelt and they pick up Johnny. That's who they like picking up. Like, Yohosi just picked up Guilty Gear, picked up Johnny. That's the way. Don, if you watch this, that's the fucking way. I would tell you to do that too. Okay? That's step number one. Step number two, you have to. It's similar to base Vegeta. You have to build your own way. There's like several ways of doing it. I chose a relatively easy and consistent way to do it. Some people try to do it a really hard way to get more damage, but it's more inconsistent, right? So when you talk about Milia in tournaments, I actually don't know how it is right now. I could speak from like my experience while playing her. Like deep in brackets, we're talking like top 32s, top 16, top 8s. I was regularly the only one playing her. Like people point to Guilty Gear as a game where the top 8s are quite diverse. So in Dragon Ball, it got to the point in season 1 where like basically multiple teams had shells of like Bardock, SSJ Vegeta, I should specify. Cell, Bardock, like 5 or 6 of those, and a couple of unique things. So like multiple combinations of the same things, and then like, a Ginyu was there or something, right? But in Guilty Gear, people will be like, oh, almost every character, like there's repeats, but almost every character is different. But what people will skip is that you will see the same good characters in the top 8. It's just which ones will appear. But regularly, I would be the only Milia deep in the bracket. Because she's not an easy character to play in tournaments. We use this experiment of Potemkin versus Milia, right? Potemkin is not good. Potemkin sucks, okay? Milia is good. She is good, right? But Potemkin does like 35-40% off of command grab. And his basic combos pretty easy, do mad damage. His hard combos are hard. You don't have to do them. There's easy versions of everything. Milia is like, you need to do all this shit. You need to be able to execute on all this shit. And you can't make mistakes, too. Like, Potemkin, you can make mistakes because he has a lot of life. Milia, you can't make mistakes because she has no life. She's going to die if you make a mistake. If you drop your combo and they tech at you and do a combo, everyone plays Alpha and Johnny, you're going to fucking die. You can't make mistakes. If they, you remember the Dragon Ball Classic, right? The Dragon Ball Classic that we keep memeing about, where someone does this. Okay, when someone does this. Okay. So if you are late, so in Dragon Ball, if I hit you, I get a combo, right? I get a combo. You're minus, I get a combo. If I'm late, you get a combo, right? But in GG, I one have to aim for that, but 2, if I hit you, I don't get a combo necessarily. But if you hit me, you probably will get a combo. So all these little things, there's all these little things you gotta look for. So she's good, but she's hard to play in tournaments. A lot of people say she's really good, fucking stupid, but she's hard to play in tournaments. The ease of use thing is a pretty important thing in fighting games for tournaments. So I think it's a separate discussion when you're talking about just how good the character is. Like, I'm trying to think of an example of a character who is in this game right now, who's like easy, but everyone would agree he's not good. I guess 16. 16 is mad easy to play. You can learn 16 pretty quickly. He doesn't have like, his combos are all really easy. Or like Goku Black's another one. Goku Black is mad easy to play. Everyone thinks he sucks. Everyone thinks this character sucks, right? He's really easy. What do? You just jump around, dive kick, oh lol, God Slicer, random teleports if you feel like it, if that's how you feel. Pull up on them, mash auto combo. Go like this, he does that, that's his 5L. He's mad easy to play. The 2H of the gods. He's mad easy to play. Everyone thinks he sucks. Look at the evolution. That thing is what I mean by if it's broken enough, someone will do it. This is probably the last point. If it's broken enough, someone will do it is proven in fighting games. That shit is proven. Melee Fox is probably the best example. Melee Fox, I'm trying to think of all the puppet characters, you know, when like puppet characters have shit where they're like, this shit's too hard, they learn how to do it anyway. I think in modern games though, you have less of that because of patching, but like it's been shown that people will go for it. The only things, this is definitely a top of my head list, right? But things like, so some people talk about infinites and why don't people go for infinites then if they're like that, for example. But there are, at least in my experience, like the 21 infinite, like shit like that, the 21 infinite and 16 infinite and shit like that, that shit was easy. But like or like SMP, if you guys know what SMP is from like Persona 4 Arena 1, that shit was easy enough to do. Stuff like if you think about like Vampire Savior, for example, the BB Hood Infinite, that shit is hard, but it's not even that. It's like the reason why it's hard is why people don't do it. So it's hard to explain, but like you have to do a one frame dash in the combos. The same as Fuerte. You have to do like a command with movement that is also frame perfect. So most people are actually cool with going for just buttons that are frame perfect. They're like, I can do that shit. One frame, fine. But when you add like dashing into it, people are like, fuck that. Immediately people are like, fuck that. That shit's too hard. Yeah, that was a big discussion about yesterday, which kinda let's segue this a little bit. Yeah, dude, if you thought I fucking beat up my stick in this game, you should hear me play Vampire. Cause I play BB Hood. Let's bring out and I go for those. She has like 4 infinites, by the way. People only talk about the Sokka one, but she has like 4 different infinites. They're like practical infinites that you should go for, but they only work on like 1 character each. But I like, if it's easy enough, just fucking do it. So I would go for that shit. Her damage is out of control if you can do those infinites. Broly's already there, sick. And then here we just need Gotenks, and yeah, here we just need Gotenks. Wow, amazing. Yeah, BB Hood infinites. Yeah, BB Hood has like 4 different ones. She has the Dimitri one, she has the Bishamon one. I think she has one more tall character one that I'm forgetting, and then she has the Sokka one that everyone knows, the famous one. Okay, this is the segue, right? This brings us to these two teams. This brings us to these two teams right now. One of these teams, this team with the ugly yellow base Vegeta, this team I think is a pretty hard to play team. This is my conclusion from playing it for a while. I think it seems hard to play, mainly because the mid-range. So you think about ranges in this game, right? But in fighting games, in 2D fighters, probably fighting games in general, I don't want some Tekken person to come in and be like, yeah, ranges don't matter in Tekken. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know about Tekken. Okay, but for 2D fighters and Smash, also ranges are really important. We talk about ranges. So this, in my head, there's basically, I split the game into spaces on the screen. So like the spaces on the stage, and then the positioning of the characters relative to each other. So what I mean is this is corner, right? Here is like near corner. Here is like mid-screen. Here's the other corner, right? Then we have ground versus ground, air versus ground, so like you're jumping in. We also have air versus air, and then anti-air. Okay. So, and then you have your distances too. So you have full screen range. This is like 2/3. This is like mid, and this is point blank. So the biggest problem, I think the team on the left, my base Vegeta team, is good. the main issue, and I think it's a major issue for this game specifically, is that when you play in mid-range, it is really weak. The only character that I have that's strong at this range is Broly. This is the only character I have strong in this range. Base Vegeta it goes back to what we said before. His normals are not good, so you have to pick a special move to do or nothing, right? And then Trunks is okay here. He's okay here, but like his best tool, like 2/3 or something, is hard pick. So I need my assist to do it for me. So a lot of time. On top of that too, a lot of the stuff that is a threat from my opponent at mid-range, at this kind of mid-range game, especially Super Dash. Broly is the only character that I have that's good at directly dealing with blocked Super Dashes. Trunks is good at dealing with them, but not in a direct way. So if you wonder what I like to do, say, okay, just make something up. They're really strong against it, but it's not like a direct application, right? It's something like I understand that once you Super Dash at me, you can't get to me anymore, so I can go up off screen, get my assist back, call assist off screen, blah blah, right? Really strong tactic with him. But Base Vegeta is not that great when he blocks Super Dashes. Broly, of course, we all know is really good when he blocks Super Dashes, compared to him Super Dashing at you, right? This team, the Gotenks team, is much better at mid-range. It's much better at mid-range. Especially, so I have two characters that are good at mid-range here. I have Gotenks and Broly now. And then all three of the characters are good when they block Super Dash. Well, Gotenks specifically is when he blocks Super Dash in the air. Like on the ground, he's like average. Maybe I should give him a little bit more credit. He's better than average because he has the 2H that hits on both sides, which is nice. So you can like pull up on them. But this makes interaction, like certain types of interactions, a lot easier for me. And in team games, we go back to the beginning. In team games, it's more reliable to play something that's easy. In a 1v1, it's fine to play something that is hard. The game will actually, depending on the type of game it is and what is important for the game could reward you a lot if you do the hard shit. The game could reward you a lot if you do the hard shit. This game, they usually the stuff that's like take Universal Fuzzy. Not everyone could do that. I think everyone can do it with practice, but like it's something that's definitely locked behind execution. Like you had to first, picking the right character aside, right? You had to have the combo, whatever combo you need down. You had to have like the actual inputs down to get the frame advantage every time, because it had to be exactly plus 21, and then you had to be able to input the dash however you do it. Some people like Scrot fucking did that shit manually because he's a god. I'm a fucking bitch. I used a macro. That's just how I had to do it. But because of that extra requirement, not everybody could do that shit, right? You had to sit there and practice it. But if you practice it, then you're rewarded with a very, very strong, you could say overwhelmingly strong offensive situation, right? But that's not that common in Dragon Ball. There's not that much stuff where it's like you need to practice it to be able to like that to be good at it. Remember the old physical training streams where like I would fucking practice against Dragon Rush for like half an hour to an hour, then I'd practice fucking Universal Fuzzy for like 30 minutes or something. Like for most teams, you don't have to do stuff like that. Like you practice your combos, you learn some setups, you figure out some neutral, and then you just go play. It's actually kind of a nice thing about Dragon Ball, all things considered. Right? But for team games, generally you're not aiming like if it's like a setup or something where the opponent can't like interact with you very much, then it's fine. So something like Ghosts, I can sit here fucking practice Ghosts all day, right? It's fine because it's my knockdown. Like cool, let's do it, right? But if I have to like do some finesse shit like here when my opponent is jumping, remember the opponent who is jumping in this game is the strong one in almost all cases in Dragon Ball, especially at this range. Whoever's in the air is stronger. That's why people jump. Not only do they jump so much, but they jump when they can't see what's going on, which is not that easy to do in other games compared to this game. That's how strong jump is and how reliable and strong it is to do. So the fact that my Base Vegeta team it has so much problems dealing with that and I have to do like some pretty like tough shit to deal with it. It's a huge detriment to the team compared to playing Gotenks, right? most people at this point in Dragon Ball, most people play teams that could do something at full screen at this point. I think for the most part, like the fast style, like DP Yamcha teams have been mostly phased out. Like people don't really run stuff like that anymore. A lot of people like running either one neutral control assist and then one like maybe like whatever assist and then like a mix-up assist, or some people will run like something that could do mix-ups and 2 neutral assists, something like that. Most people don't run like DP Yamcha, DP base Goku. They don't do stuff like that much anymore. It's kind of rare. So thinking about this is not that big of a deal anymore, because if you're, or in my case me, right, I would do this anyway, and most characters are built to do at least something here. How good you are here makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. And how easy it is to do makes a big difference. How easy and good you are at the scramble, right? It's a player skill, but it's also the character too. Like base Vegeta is like I at it. Trunks is not good at scrambles. Like he's just really not good at scrambles. He's a character that takes precision. This is why I keep saying I'm not good enough to play him. He's a character that takes precision. Like he's not good when random shit is going on. The best thing he's got besides just honestly running away, this is invincible. If they let you do the whole thing, that's invincible. The third slash, as the game shows you. You see the full invul. It's sick, but it's locked behind auto combo. Just some food for thought for y'all. Any questions? I talked about a lot of shit. In a game with no super dash, by the way, the base Vegeta team is fucking ridiculous. It's really ridiculous in a game with no super dash.